They are people that you can like talk face to face, like they are there, they are concerned. They are not just two people running a business. They are there. So that's the unique thing for me that made me continue doing this. And also because David was happy, my son was happy. He was the one asking me to enroll him there. I have to tell you first why I enrolled him first in the acting camp, and then why I continue for so many years doing the same thing, right? So the reason I enrolled him is because when he was, let me see if it was what school, because it was 4 or 5 years ago, I don't remember. So the thing is that I knew about Great Big Theater Company through a flyer, through information from the school, right? So at some point I received that, and then I read that by participating in these camps, kids will develop more skills like self-confidence, teamwork, leadership, like in so many things that I was interested at. Like I thought that would be great. And at that point, those things were needed, right? Especially the self-confident things. So I enrolled him the first time. And after the first time, I don't know if it was a fall program, summer program, I don't know which one, or winter. He was so happy. He was really motivated, interested, and now I can tell you what is the unique thing, because for me, especially for me, customer service is extremely important. I am a certified customer service professional, so I have a very good eye on that thing, right? So what makes the difference between any product or service that any company or organization offer is not the quality of the product or the quality of the service. It's not the price of the product or the price of the service. It is the personal relationships that you develop with that people. And in this case, Charles and Lily made a difference. They are people that you can like talk face to face, like they are there, they are concerned. They are not just two people running a business. They are there. So that's the unique thing for me that made me continue doing this. And also because David was happy, my son was happy. He was the one asking me to enroll him there. I used to work for the YMCA, and I had everything even for free or a very low cost. And David like said, no, I want to go to the acting company. So, and it helped him with his creativity, his public speaking as well. He then joined Toastmasters because he's part of the Army Cadet Units in Nobel, so he was doing great. So, well, the difference is that in a YMCA camp is not, how would I say, it's not as personalized. I mean, the counselors in the acting camps are, let's say, more connected with the kids, right? And also because I think it's kind of smaller groups, they are more connected, and it is a structure, but at the same time, kids have to work on their own creativity, right? So they have to practice, and like David at some point was bored of the YMCA camps, and sometimes, like for example, in the case of summer camps, these were outdoors most of the time, so it was kind of tiring. Whereas the Great Big Theater Company camps, they have always had places in which, I mean, the kids go outside. I mean, I'm talking even before the pandemic, right? But they have an indoors portion of the camp where they can be like under shade, like in a more comfortable conditions, right? And I like that. So and yeah, and the counselors are great. Like I think that Charles and Lily do a great job screening and hiring and interviewing good people, because you need to have good people. Like as I always say, like when you do something, you have to do it with passion, right? So I think that the teenagers, the people that work, not only teenagers, the people that work there are very passionate. So that makes a difference in the camps that they run. The number one thing in a person, and I tell you this because I have had the opportunity to hire people when I was working in a company as project manager. For me, the number one thing is not your knowledge, your degrees, your titles. It's about your self-confidence. And that was the main thing I enrolled David in this program. And that was something that I could notice, like everybody could notice that even at school, right? So, and as I told you also, the most recent experience, and this is something I also share with Lily, is that as a member of the cadets unit in Nobel, he joined the Toastmasters program. I don't know if you are aware with Toastmasters International. It's a club of public speaking where people develop public speaking skills. So he did really great. He did really great, and the officers were so impressed. And that's because of David was before at the acting camps, right? Because in the acting companies, they have to speak, they have to create plays, right? So it's that's one thing. So I've noticed, and not only that, like his teamwork skills, creativity. So in some opportunities at school in language, he had to write some stories, and he was able to write the superhero boy, and he was writing. So yeah, for sure. Like I can see, I noticed those improvements based on what he did learn and experience at the Great Big Theater Company camps. What I would say is, first of all, I would summarize saying that parents need to be involved, right? It's not about just registering or enrolling your kid in a camp and that's it, because they don't want to have the kid at home. So, and being involved means being aware of what your kid is doing, like every time he or she goes there, participating in the presentations that they have usually every at the end of every week. They have a presentation, so you have to be there. Imagine your child working hard, preparing for a play to perform by the end of the week on Friday, and your dad and your mom is not there. How will you feel, right? So that's extremely important. Also, in the past and even now, they have to prepare some kind of customs. So engaging, participating, being as excited as your kid. Hey, dad, today I'm gonna perform like this character or the other character, and I need these things. So go get the things, regardless if you buy stuff or you make up stuff at home. Get involved with that thing as well, right? So and listening and participating in that excitement and motivation of your child. So as I said, basically it's involvement, knowing what your child is doing and supporting him in those things: preparation, participation, going to see him or her performing. I think those are basic things. In the last two seasons, in the last two summer camp seasons that he participated at, way before the summer arrived, he was telling me, Dad, make sure that you register me for the summer camp. So summer camps start like in July, right? July, August. So just so that you can have an idea how motivated he was, I have registered David in the last two summer camps in December the previous year. So let's say this December, I will register him, and also taking the opportunity of the sales at the good prices. I will register him at this time so that he can start in July. So I'm talking about how many months in advance? January, February, March, April, May, like 6 or 7 months in advance. Can you imagine? Like, so he would say like he loved it. And I don't know, like I think the maximum age for camps is I don't know if it is 14 years or something, and how many kids, but I don't know if I say, because now he's he's growing up, he's a preteen, his voice had changed. So I don't know if I say, hey, David, you want to go to acting camp again? Like, because he's different, right? But yeah, he would say like he loved it. He loved it. He was so excited. And as I said, the type of people hired by Lillian Charles makes also a big difference, right? You cannot hire just anybody to do this job, to work with kids, to do this. You can. And I've seen that in all, even my daughter was once a volunteer there. So and she's great too. So well, if a parent is doubting of register his or her child in the acting camps, because basically most people think this way, right? What am I gonna get from this? Like, what is the benefit for me and the benefit for my child? Regardless if the home environment is, I wouldn't say perfect, but it's a very nice environment at home, and there are like no issue. Well, right now we have this situation, but regardless the conditions at home, this is something that can reinforce those skills needed in kids to develop like even stronger emotionally, because this is about, because in a human being, it's all about like your body, your mind, but your emotion, right? Even in your mind. So this will definitely help improve the emotional part of the children, like interacting, creating their own ideas, being free. But it's important. It goes hand in hand, right? So, and let's be honest, because like there are families, there are single parents, single moms, there are issues during the school years, right? So at the same time, I have to say that by registering your child in the acting camps, that's not gonna solve if you have any kind of issues. So, but if you wanna do something for your child, and if you are experiencing a difficult situation, and if you are doing something, this can definitely help. And that was my case, because we were going through like situations at the time. And even if you don't have anything, as I said, like if you can say, oh no, I like it's everything is perfect at home, this will also help the children to reinforce those skills that are going to be taught at school and needed at the schools, because it's all about interpersonal skills. There was a recent study done by Harvard University, and it's one of the longest studies in the world, like years, decades, where they ask people like, what will make you happy? And happiness at the end of the day, at the end of your life, is all about interactions, interrelations, a relationship with people, right? And this is a great thing to start making the foundation for those future relationships in life.